Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Today's episode is going to be about taking care of you.
And you.
And you. More often than not, our kids come first. But in order to take care of your kids, you need to take care of you. And that's what we're going to be talking about next.
Yeah, next episode is on the way.
As we said earlier, today's episode is going to be break it down.
About taking care of ourselves. But we always put our kiddos first.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, we do it as a must because we're mama bears.
Yep.
But we also have to take care of ourselves. I don't follow that.
I don't
much.
Either. I am trying to change.
Admit,
I am trying to change that.
Yes.
Baby steps. But one of the things I've heard several things that have to do with this, and so when you're like on an airplane and they are telling you all the stuff that you need to know on the airplane. It's been years, but usually they'll tell you that if you are with someone who needs assistance, you need to first put on your mask first. And I always remember thinking, my thought process was always like, if I'm with a child, how am I going to take care of myself first?
Why wouldn't I put it on?
Why wouldn't I put it on the child first? Well,
right.
Because you cannot help the child if you can't help yourself. If you don't have oxygen, how are you going to be able to provide oxygen for this
So
other
people,
person?
put the mask first.
Yes, there you go.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop. Guys.
That could have gone in a really bad direction.
That could have gone, and then you know where it could have gone. I'm going to tell you exactly where we could have gone. Politics. And we ain't doing that. So stop. Stop it. Say yes. Stop.
Okay.
Anyway. We keep on.
Yesterday I saw some little kids get down at Chloe's school with masks and I felt so bad. Like, they were little. Enough is enough.
Enough is enough. I still wear a mask every so often.
Certain places, probably, right.
Yeah.
But like, these were like the only 2 kids from the entire school.
Just me.
Anyway. Moving right along. So there's going to be lots of ramblings and, nonsense talking and all of that. Like,
we're a little delirious, guys.
We're a little delirious because we're hungry.
Yes, because we're hungry.
Yeah.
We hangry.
Yeah. At this point,
I'm not
hangry yet, but there's a really fine line. And it crosses very quickly.
It's like so thin right there that it's about to cross. Yes, we're a little hangry.
Mm-hmm.
Almost there.
Yes.
And we're delirious, and we've been trying to do this podcast for a little bit, and we had technical difficulties.
Mm-hmm.
So rambling on and on and on and on and on. And we've taken, I don't know how many takes, so estoy media visca.
Yeah.
But anyway. All right, enough of that rant.
So, yeah. Taking care of yourself.
Yes, there we go. We're back in.
Yes. Eat. Eating is important. If you want a burrito or a taco, do not deprive yourself from having a burrito or a taco. That's the first advice I'm going to take from myself.
There you go.
So, Ina just told me a few days ago about a new burrito that she had that was very, very good and large. And it was a burrito. And large. Anyway, and it was really a burrito, guys. Stop being so sick-minded. And I don't joke about food. First, let's start there. Anyway, it was really good, and now ever since then I've been craving to go have tacos and burritos.
And then since I have a Taco Bell, not far from the house,
Mm-hmm.
she's just like,
Yeah. It's so zero concentration today.
Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Taco Bell lights.
Pretty much.
The bell is going.
Pretty much.
Yep. Yep.
I remember I heard something on the internet about how they serve fake meat. And I remember calling my friend that lives in Chicago, and she knows who she is, and she watches religiously. And we are both Taco Bell fans. By the way, this is no sponsorship for Taco Bell.
I was just gonna say we don't get paid for this shit.
But anyway, about how it's fake meat or something like that, and I am like, I love my fake meat. It's all good. I think you have to give yourself that.
You like all kinds of meat.
Okay, yeah. Anyway.
Oh my God, this is not happening right now. But anyway, let's get back to...
So moving right along. Yes, don't deprive yourself of the things that you really want.
Yes.
And health-wise, I have scheduled a doctor's appointment and I have canceled it. Funny story. So I need to go see a specific doctor, and he's one of the only ones that will handle my particular situation in the state, and is a highly respected and known doctor. And so it really does have to be that doctor. There's only like 2 other ones in my area, and his office refuses to make an appointment for me because I've canceled too many times already, so I'm blacklisted. Yeah. So I have to, at some point when I'm really ready, I'm going to have to call. And then they said that they would have to speak to the doctor and see if we can get the appointment approved. But this is what happens when you make appointments and you either don't show.
Know that.
Yeah, it gets to a point
you didn't
where
tell me that.
Yeah. I've canceled it like 2 or 3 times, but I've been a no-show as well, which is not okay. You should call and cancel your appointments if you can't make it. But shit happens. I don't wake up in the morning and be like, yes.
We've been telling it. Do as we say, not as we do. No,
true. But like, I didn't wake up in the morning and be like, I have absolutely no intention of going to the doctor today. It just, things happen, and now I'm in a situation where I'm going to have to embarrass myself by calling this doctor and begging for him to see me when I'm ready to see him. And then on top of that, it's all the way like in another town that's like an hour away. Anyway, it's a mission, but whatever. But it just comes to show how, I've taken my own child.
Life gets in the way.
Right.
Life gets in the way, and then we put our kiddos first. Our whatever appointments they have to do, they have to get to. They have to, school meetings.
It's always
paperwork. Zoom meetings that you have to do with the teachers. Because there's so many things.
True.
To list them all that we always have to be on top of.
Mm-hmm.
Schedules. If finding a new therapist or scheduling the actual therapist.
Yeah.
I can go on and on and on.
There's always something, and it's always something that you put before your own needs. Unfortunately, that's just when you are a mama bear, as we are, that it just tends to happen. It's not intentional, but it does happen. And if God forbid you have some kind of medical condition that is irreversible, or that you may not respond to treatment or whatever the case. I mean, hopefully that's not the case for anybody, but it's a lot harder to treat when you're way in, or when a condition is very advanced. And a lot of times we
do
ignore
know someone.
Yeah, we ignore those things because other things come first.
I mean, I hate to talk about so heavy stuff, but we do have someone that actually got diagnosed with cancer and had put off.
I've actually seen a few special needs parents be diagnosed with cancer, and I also have, and one of them passed away, and I have to wonder, I don't know if she put her appointments off. I mean, sometimes you get diagnosed with cancer and you did all the right things, but I almost feel like it might have been, maybe not prevented, but she might have caught it early enough if she focused a little bit on herself. And I think that just happens so much to all of us.
It does. It does. And it's a heavy thing to talk about sometimes. Because now that we're talking about it, like the mood is getting like, a little down.
But it's just, it needs to be discussed because it's the truth.
But it happens. It happens. And, we put off all these appointments, or we put off, seeing, or even taking care of ourselves.
Right. It doesn't even have to be medical.
No,
it could be getting your nails done. Getting something that's going to make you feel better. Whether it be get your hair done, get your nails done, anything that you feel that it's going to help you. It's that, like, I don't want to get back into mental health because we already did an episode on that. But
we always have to circle
But yeah, we are, and we always said that we would. But it's one of those things where whatever it is, whatever taking care of yourself looks like for you, or whatever it is makes you feel better.
I don't know if it happens to you. Well, I know that it happens to you. I shouldn't say that. But like when I'm having a bad day, I notice that Angel feels it.
Absolutely.
My kiddos feel it, right?
Absolutely.
But when they're having a bad day, then we are all like, all riled up, like,
yes.
Okay, why did this happen? And this and that. Because it happens to me. And
Absolutely.
it's been happening to me. I feel it like it hits me.
I feel like our energy, they feed off our own energy and well-being. Do you feel that?
Yeah. And then, but in certain situations, something happens, or, a tantrum, or this or that, whatever it is. And you feel, I don't know. To me, I just feel like on edge. And wait, I have to deal with 20 other things, but this is happening right now. And then you get all riled up in your head. That has been happening to me lately a lot. And trying to find that quiet place, trying to find that moment that I can just
bring yourself back and center yourself.
And center myself and be able to say, okay, I got 10 things to do, 20, in the whole week, I have to get this, and this done. It's basically focusing on making a priority, one after the other. Because I know, even myself, I'm like, can I multitask even more?
Right.
So I just feel like it, I don't know if it happens to you, but either or, they feed off of us and we feed off of them.
Right.
So that bond that we have to nurture. We have to make sure that both sides are okay.
True.
So that's why it's not just about appointments, medical appointments. It's not just about doing your nails and feeling, a little, nice with your hair done and all of that. It's just focus and have mental clarity. Sometimes I feel like that is the hardest thing for me. I have had some health issues and I've been dealing with them. But aside, making appointments with doctors lately, it's a mission.
Right.
Okay. You call and it's like 2-3 months down the line. It's like, dude, by the time I see you, it's gonna be resolved.
Right.
No, pero, casi.
Right.
So yeah, it's about feeding off of each other and being able to be okay for each other. Mental clarity is a struggle sometimes because we multitask so much.
Right.
So I just, medical appointments, great. You have to go get checked, do all your things, especially at a certain age. and doing your nails, feeling pretty, doing your hair,
It's all
all of
important.
that.
Yeah.
People, work out. Obviously, I don't. But hey, whatever works for you.
I think it's about finding that balance. Like
Yes.
there's different strategies that you can implement, and it's really whatever works best for you.
Right.
Right. It's what works for me may not work for you. I'm trying really hard to change that or get better at it. One thing that has helped me immensely, and it's, I get a lot of information from ADHD, adult ADHDers.
Right.
And one of the things that has helped me, because all that kind of are issues with, between having a child with special needs and having to put them first, also affects my inattentive immensely. So what ends up happening is that, with my ADHD, they all correlate with each other. And so I've been trying to develop and work on strategies that help me not, stick to my appointments, get to them on time, different things. And whether it be like finishing a task in the house, one thing that really helps is not just rewarding yourself for getting the task done and keeping to-do lists, not beating yourself up if you're not able to do them. But another thing that helps me with whether it be scheduling an appointment or if I have something on my to-do list, I focus on one item at a time, but so there's this method called the Pomodoro method. And that might actually work for the kiddos as well. And you set yourself a timer and you tell yourself, and you have to stick to it. And you can even like put your phone on, like, because the phone is, I think, the worst distraction. You can put a timer on your phone where from a certain time to a certain time, I am only going to work on that particular thing. You need to start really small. So like if you need to schedule several doctor's appointments and that is on your list, you say between 11 and 11:30, just to say something, I'm only going to work on that. And
I've been trying to do that.
It's hard. All those things are hard, but it's really what works for you. But that helps me.
Yeah.
That does help.
It is hard because something happens.
Mm-hmm. Something always happens.
The dogs.
Mm-hmm.
One thing, the other day.
The dogs make.
The other day, one of the dogs started, barking. So I run over there.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? Que no sé qué. I came back to the office. I was cooking.
Right.
And I came back here to the little room. We call it the office, but it's
our studio.
A studio, office, I don't know, extra bedroom, I don't know, whatever. So anyway, I was cooking. I had come here to check on some stuff in the computer, and I was gonna go right back. The dog barked. I ran over there. Whatever. I took them out, brought them back in. Instead of going to check on what I was cooking,
that happens to me all the time.
I came back to the room, and I just all of a sudden I'm like, what the fuck?
So on a more serious note, so I've done this and I've burned dinner several times, and then I have to I gotta cook something else. That has happened to me as well, but I actually know somebody that burned their kitchen down with platanitos. Frying, that those can be dangerous.
Yes.
Like once they're cooked, I mean, so she peeled them and she put them to fry, and then she went to go help one of the kids with her homework, and she started smelling it, and her kitchen caught fire.
Wow.
I mean, it was years ago, and luckily she eventually was able to remodel, and the insurance paid, but she was without a kitchen for a while. Like it was, and thank goodness they weren't injured.
I know.
And the rest of the home, only part of the home was affected, but she literally almost burned her kitchen though.
Those are things that, yes, we're multitasking.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a lot of crap on our heads.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, get a moment. Get at least 10 minutes.
Right.
Of I don't know if you believe, in meditation, or if you, just breathing. Take
I know
deep
that even
breaths
certain
and just,
phones and also like those like the smart watches will actually prompt you to take a deep breath every so often.
yes, yes.
I realize that I don't do it, and when I don't wear the watch, because I forget to wear the watch. But when I'm wearing the watch, I see that it's telling me to breathe, and I actually take that deep breath. It is crazy, but I feel better. Like when you actually, from the diaphragm, like take a deep breath, you actually feel better, and it, like, I don't know, in a weird way, it even calms my nerves for a little bit, and centers me. So it's important.
It is. It is. So we've been talking about all this, all these things that can help us get to a better place for our mind, our body, our soul, But we know that this is hard, and we know that this is part of mental health.
It is. It is.
Because if we're not okay up here,
Right.
we're not gonna be okay for ourselves, for anybody else.
True.
Right?
True.
So if you need to talk to someone, if you need to join a group, if whatever works for you, do it, because it helps. It does help. So
yeah. So while the medical aspect is very important, it's really a whole. It's everything.
It's everything.
It's everything.
It is everything.
Yeah.
And sometimes, I'm like, okay, I gotta get, all this stuff done, and these appointments, this doctor appointments, whatever. And I'm running around. I'm like, wait a minute, I haven't even taken a deep breath today.
Have I drank
water?
Like,
girl,
I don't know about you, but I forget
about
to
that.
drink water. Drinking water, being hydrated is so important.
The other day I was thinking, dude, my kidneys.
Yeah.
They must be like, what is going on?
You can't just survive on coffee, people. I mean,
no.
I mean, just because we do it and we,
Yeah, I don't know how.
I don't recommend it. No, yeah, it's. Look at us killing it with just coffee.
Yeah.
It really is important. I went to the ER, as you know, a few weeks ago I was having migraines, which I'm sure was due to the stress as well. And when I got to the emergency room, I had to get an IV because I was dehydrated. Like, I think I'm drinking water. I'm eating. Like, why was I actually? Well, I was dehydrated. Because you don't stop. And I don't know about you, but I'm like, I am thirsty, or I feel like I need to drink something. And I'm like, but wait, like the dog barked and this, and like you start doing a million other things, and then I'm like, oh my God, I never drank water. I never got to drink the water. Like, even little things like that. It's just crazy.
Sometimes I recount. I'm like, okay, today, how much water did I drink?
Right. Something so simple like that,
dude,
is taking care of yourself.
3 cups, maybe.
Staying hydrated.
Yeah, 3 cups. I'm like, 3 cups.
And
what?
While we're on the subject of cups, another analogy or saying that I've heard is, you can't pour from an empty glass or an empty pitcher or a cup or whatever. So if you can't, we want to be these super moms, and this is the life that we live. But how are you? Did you hear my stomach? I hope not. You can't. How are you going to?
Burritos.
Yes, it's wanting tacos and burritos.
Okay,
but yeah, you can't give what you don't have.
That's right.
That's the best way that I can explain it. You can't give what you don't have. I can only do for you, or for anybody, what I'm able to do, what I'm able to give.
Right.
So, again, we're not the best example, but we're trying to grow here, people.
We're working on it.
We're trying. We're trying. Every day we try.
We try. So yeah, it's a little bit of a, again, us rambling but giving you our experience of what we noticed on ourselves, what we know it's important, and the things that we've seen with other parents. It is important no matter what,
right.
And we need to work at it, and we're trying. but it takes time, and and it's almost like trial and error.
True. And I just feel like there's always going to be something.
Life is, it's not gonna stop and wait and be like, oh yeah, you have to drink water. Okay, life is gonna sit back and watch you drink water. Right. No, we know that.
I feel like there's always gonna be something, but maybe when we have the good, and this is what I'm trying to do, is when we have those good moments, that's where then you take a step back and take care of yourself and do what you have to do, whatever it is, to take care of yourself, whether it's medical, whether it's your mental health, anything, because you know that there's going to be bad and there's going to be good moments, and something's going to always be in the way.
You know what I have a hard time doing?
Mm-hmm.
Staying still.
Yeah, me too. But
and I'm not talking about moving like this or whatever. It's just like I have found myself the few times that I've had a moment to during the day,
mm-hmm.
To sit down, and a Saturday, let's say,
right,
to actually sit down and start watching something.
Yeah.
That doesn't get too far though.
Right.
Let me be clear.
Yeah.
Okay? Because if somebody doesn't go, mom, dog, this and that, a phone call, a text, or something happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I find myself that if I swear to you, 10, 15 minutes,
mm-hmm.
it is almost like, okay,
right.
What do I need to do? Wait, is it my list? Okay, this, that, laundry. I have
feel to sometimes, and it makes me feel so crappy, and it puts me in a bad place. Sometimes I feel like, and this can very well be not just because of stress and our lives and autism. It might just be because of my ADHD, so if other people have this problem too, then maybe it's not. But I feel like I'm doing so much that I'm not doing anything. I'm trying to tackle it all, and at the end of the day, I didn't finish any of it. And that is extremely stressful.
And that frustrates
me.
It
frustrates me so bad, because it puts me on a major downer. Like I feel bad about myself.
I don't know if you do this or not, mm-hmm. but I do a little checklist on my head. I'm like,
oh yeah,
okay, I did the laundry. I made the phone calls. I made the appointment for me. I made the appointment for, whatever. I start going through it. And if it's if I start saying, no, I didn't do that, or I didn't finish that, or I'm like, I start getting,
even
uneasy.
if you know that there was reasons,
yes,
why you couldn't do them, it just puts me in a really bad, in a funk, definitely. Yeah, I definitely have that problem. Speaking of which, did I tell you that I was procrastinating since 2017 or so, 18, to cancel a gym membership, and I finally did.
Yes. I don't know how many times she told me, I gotta cancel that.
I remember every time they take money out of my bank account, usually around the 20th of the month.
She could have been a share.
For sure. I could have already owned the purple gym. But listen, I felt it's so silly, but I was so proud of myself that I walked in there. I was already thinking they were going to give me a hard time to cancel. Or, I was already like a tipo de gato. But I walked in and I'm like, I want to cancel my membership, and don't you dare try to keep me. I didn't say that, but I went in there and I said, hi, I've been trying to cancel my membership for about 8 years. Can you help me? The guy must have thought I was nuts. But I just had to put that part in there.
Did they put it a weird?
No.
Did they put a weird face?
No. But I did. He goes, all right, I finished. And then he goes, all right, you should have gotten an email with the cancellation. I said, okay, perfect. When I went into the email and I was looking at it, I was a member since 2016.
Damn, girl.
Wait, it gets better. And then it says my check-ins, how many times I went in with the card.
I was going to ask you about that. How many times did you actually go in there?
Twice. And it was around 2017.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And so while I know that I need to do exercise, I'm not going to keep like throwing away money like to these people. I rather, if I haven't, listen guys, if I haven't gone in 6 years, the chances of me going this month are very slim.
0.
So I can go out and take the dogs for a walk. I know that I need the exercise, and which is also very good for mental clarity and for, you know, that's something that you're doing good for yourself, because it's very important too.
We gotta start walking again.
We used to do it, and it was great.
We used to do it.
Yeah.
We used to do it. We did it for a little bit, and that helped me out.
And so it was basically like this, talking shit, but while walking.
Pretty much.
You know, but yeah, that's it. But yeah, I was really, really proud of myself that I finally canceled the membership. I didn't have to do it. I mean, I did clearly, but I was driving right by it, and I said, "Oh, I should cancel that." And I looked at the time, and I saw that I had a window where I didn't need to be at the next place for the next 20 minutes, and that if I would have taken 5 minutes to do it, it took 5 minutes. And I put it off for such, and let's be real, I wasn't putting it off because I was sitting on my ass doing nothing.
That's right.
I mean, I put it off because I was busy doing other things. But
life gets in the way.
So yeah, I was very, very proud of myself for that. So,
and we know life gets in the way.
That's that.
Yeah, we know that. We can attest to that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else? What else can we talk about? What did we say we were going to talk about?
I don't know. Well, I went for a walk yesterday. Speaking of the whole cancellation of that, I said to Justin's therapist, "Oh my goodness." So I mentioned to my husband and to Justin's therapist about how I finally canceled the gym membership. And I said, and because I already paid this month, I have up to September 16. I better go.
Like she's gonna go.
I mean, it was a joke. But so Justin loves going on walks, and so we take him for walks. We're trying to not make it a point where we take him around the same time every single day, because we don't want it to be an issue where then he expects the walk. Because sometimes we can't take the walk. You know, there might be different reasons, the weather, you know, so many things. So we're trying to not make it exactly at the same time, and not every single day. So it had been like 2 days that we hadn't taken him, and so we took him yesterday. And when I said to Chloe, "Can you please start doing your homework?" And she was like, "Rah, rah, rah," you know how kids do. And she's like, "I will." And she was watching something on like, you know, on TV, and she's like, I'll do it in a few minutes. And I said, okay. So she heard us talking about going on the walk. Now she loves going on the walk. And she's like, "I want to go. Can I go?" And I go, "Of course, when you're done with your homework." OMG. I have never seen her. I go, "You could." I go, "As long as you're done with your homework by the time it's time to go." And she's like, so she got up and she goes, "When are you going?" And I go, and you know, and I don't even know. I think I said like probably in about 20 minutes. But it's okay. I mean, if you're not done with your homework, you don't have to go. I'll stay here with you. And, you know, Dad can go with the therapist. It's fine.
You're working that one in.
Yeah. I said, "It's fine, though. I can stay with you." Never has a math book open so quickly. And I checked it and it was all correct. So, hey, good.
Talking about our other kiddos.
But yeah.
My 17.
How's yours?
Sergio. Do I love him? How do I love him so much? Have you had, and I'm going to get close to the mic for those who are listening, a 17-year-old that is a pain in the butt?
Did you see what I tagged you in the other day?
Yes, you did.
I thought it was just so funny. So it was a meme, and it said something like, so all of you that have kids, you've heard of the book What to Expect When Expecting.
Yes.
And so which by the way,
the manual.
It could, yeah. It was the Bible or the manual, and we all had it. It couldn't have prepared me for anything that we've endured. But anyway, so the thing that I tagged you on was, it said something like, what to expect 17 years after expecting. And I just thought it was so funny because while it's very, very true, the fact that it was 17 and your boy is 17, mine's 17 also, but
It's a different 17.
It's a different 17. But yeah, I just thought it was hilarious. I'm like, damn, out of all numbers, it was actually 17.
Oh my
Like,
God.
that's so funny.
Man, they never prepare you for this. I mean, you know, we've said it before. We wing this.
Yeah.
We wing this.
Oh my God. Do you remember that reel that I told you? This is so you. It says, Lord, what was it? Put your hands on. It said something like, that my son, like praying that you give me the strength to not go ghetto.
Yes. To not let the demon
Get to the best of me, Lord. That was
something like that. It was just too much. I started cracking up. I was like, yeah, because I look at him sometimes, as much as I adore him, because I adore both of my kids. But boy, Lord tests you.
Yep.
Lord, I'll be like, Lord, why?
Why
are you testing me so much?
The reel that I want to do with Chloe is the one that says, where the mom is calling her mom and is saying, yeah, Mom, do you remember when you told me that I was going to get one just like me? Is there a way to stop the spell? Because my goodness, that we are both Geminis, which comes with its challenges on its own. And so we couldn't possibly be any more. So
she talks about Virgos, but
we
Geminis
really crash.
Geminis?
Geminis are the best sign ever. They only get a bad rap, which is very, very sad. We are innovators. We can multitask. We are people. Lots of really good comes out of Geminis.
Just as well as Virgo.
Sure.
Did you see that short? All right.
I'm just saying I've seen some. That's it. The end.
The end?
Yeah. No, seriously. I don't really know too much about astrology. You know what? I will say, or if it's even real or what, but I will say that the best one that I've ever seen is my son. My son is an Aquarius. Based on what you know about Justin, is he a true Aquarius? As far as what does he love the most in the entire world?
What all?
That is like incredible to me. How he loves water so much. Not just swimming, but he loves drinking water too. Like just anything to do with water.
But Aquarius is...
But yeah.
I don't know.
I just think it's interesting.
I've seen a few different type
versions.
Versions of it. Of Aquarius and... But you know,
I have three.
Virgo, we're pretty cool.
I have 3 in my home, if you count the dogs. Seriously, both dogs are Aquarius, and so is Justin.
Yeah,
so crazy, huh?
How funny. How funny.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And 2 Gemini. I remember when we got the ultrasound when I was pregnant with Chloe. You might remember this. I know we've talked about it. When I was pregnant with Chloe and we got the first ultrasound, that's the one you do like at 5 weeks or whatever if you find out really early. And they give you like an estimated due date. Thomas was like, no!
Another one!
Because we're like, our birthdays are very close to each other. But yeah, we knew she was going to be a Gemini since then.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So yeah, she sees herself in her child.
Yeah, it's just scary. It's just scary. The dad, like my husband says it all the time. He goes, he looks at her and he looks at me. He goes, my God, this kid is just like you. I'm like, I know.
Don't tell me again.
Anyway.
So what do you
think? Want? What do you have to add?
We could be forever. You know, we can talk shit all day.
Sorry, just looking at the time. we can't be forever because I'm hungry.
And her face.
I'm very hungry.
All right, so I think we're gonna wrap this up. As always, we ramble a little bit and we try to encourage you. We try to just give you a little bit of our experiences to be able to, you know, see what works for you.
Yeah.
And just a reminder, you're not alone.
No, never. Oh, and if, like we said, you can take care of yourself in so many different ways. So if this video made you laugh at our ramblings, that is taking care of yourself, because laughter, humor and laughter is the best medicine.
It is. It's what's helped me. True. I mean, there's some times that I want to just, not that I want, that I've kicked and screamed and I've had my own tantrums on my own. And it happens. Yeah. And it's normal. But, you know, like when I talk to her or, you know, whatever it is, there have been some situations, especially with Angel, that at first I'm like freaking out, but then after I start laughing, I start laughing and it's like,
I had a supervisor that she was probably about my age, and she always told me, I used to tell her funny stories of stuff that were going on that maybe may not be so funny to other people, but like, you know, and to do with the autism world. And she told me one day, I think it's so amazing the way you handle these things and how you laugh at these. I'm like, what the hell am I gonna, like, what am I gonna do, right?
What else?
But but she always complimented me on that, and that I'm not always, you know, chipper, and some days are worse than others, but yeah, if you could just take a moment and laugh at something, you know, that.
Have you seen some people, you know, they do exercises about laughing?
No,
you know, that they start saying, okay, start chuckling, start laughing out loud, try to laugh out loud, and then you see people parecen loco, pero bueno.
I go to Justin. I tell Justin, show me laughing, and he goes, ha 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 ha. I tell him, show me crying. He goes, mwah mwah. I'm like, show me.
I haven't seen him do that.
Mwah mwah. He goes, I go, show me laughing. He goes, ah. I go, what is the other one that I tell him? Show me jumping, show me clapping. Guys, I know that this is baby stuff, all right? But for him, it's a big deal.
It is.
It is. You know, we celebrate the like tiniest stuff.
Any little thing.
Yeah. What else? Show me laughing. Show me crying. Oh, show me coughing. He goes.
Tan bello.
Yeah.
My babies.
My little one.
We see them as
little
babies,
ones.
but they're growing up.
Yeah.
They're growing up in this world. So.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking of asking, you know, our 4 or 5 followers. Maybe it grew to 5 after our Power 86 interview. Maybe now we have 5.
Yeah, and other things that have happened. I think maybe we have up to 7.
Oh,
what
okay,
do you think?
Cool. Yeah, could be.
I think so.
So the same way that we had the question about whether anybody wanted to see our videos in Spanish, and also how we put out the question about the things that have been said to you.
Right.
I wanted to actually open up another discussion and see what people think.
Oh boy.
No, it's nothing bad. It's nothing bad.
Oh.
I'm thinking of asking our 7 followers, and that's a stretch. But
hey, it grew. You know, it grew. Right. Don't worry about it.
We're just gonna fake it till we make it.
There we go.
I'm just wondering if anybody has any ideas on what you would like for us to talk about. Remember, keep in mind that our kiddos are on almost opposite ends, maybe, of the spectrum. And so I think that, and this is, I think that this is one of the main reasons why, we had so many reasons why we wanted to start this, but somebody might have questions about that or anything, like any question that we haven't. I know that we just kind of started doing this, but is there anything you want to know or anything you want to ask us?
there's a lot of topics that we
or
wanna
talk about. Yeah.
We want to talk about a lot of topics, and even the mental health one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a long one. That was our longest.
Mm-hmm.
But
Very
I
long.
think that we're gonna touch upon all those things again,
all the time,
and again and again,
and in other episodes. And
right?
I've seen that to be the truth. Like, we'll keep talking about, even though we already talked about a certain thing, but that's gonna come up in other episodes. So, and I think that that's fine. But like, is there anything? I'd love to ask other people, like, if there's anything else that you want us to discuss.
And soon we will talk about guardianship.
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to get someone professional to come in and talk to us about. So that's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
And we also want to talk to other moms, and we want to interview them. We got to figure out if we bring, one at a time, or maybe a couple of them, and we all start.
I'm thinking that those might actually be with us here, and then we would do like a Skype or a Zoom type of meeting with them.
Right. So there's a lot of things that we have
lots of things planned. I mean, we do plan these episodes, believe it or not.
We do.
But yeah, I'm just curious, like, if there's anything that you want for us to address.
Yeah. So this is it, my friends.
Yep. Hasta la próxima.
Hasta la próxima. Don't forget to go to SpectrumMamis.com. That's Spectrum MAMIS.com. We're all over social media, podcast platforms, YouTube, our website. You can't miss us, my friends.
No.
Can't miss us.
No.
So we see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.